want to talk a little bit about this very perplexing subject. It's odd in some respects. I mean, you live your life, you make sense, you do good things, and you come to a point and suddenly you're standing in front of someone, and particularly when this happens at work, and they just don't see things the way you do. And then suddenly there's an argument, and suddenly there's a difficulty, and suddenly there's all kinds of problems that occur because of it. Now, there's actually two things going on here. Now, the first one is that people don't always have the same opinions, don't have the same views on the world. Well, that's actually not that much to understand, not that difficult. Everybody has a different life. They have different genes, they have different parents, they have different experiences. And it's from those experiences that we develop ideas. We learn different things, we read different things, we have different relationships, we have all kinds of different stuff. There are so many differences between people. Sometimes it's also from different cultures and all different ages. There are many, many differences and many good reasons why we have a different view of from the other person. But that's not the issue in this problem. Our issue in the problem is that those differences become something that people find a problem, that people find arguable, that people find make them angry, that people find make them dislike and have hatreds and all kinds of unpleasantness, particularly in the workspace, because gee whiz, who wants to go to work and get yelled at? Goodness gracious me, you can do that at home. But what we need to do, and what our brain has the capacity to do, and my friend Dan Siegel calls it mind sight, we are able to form a bit of a model of somebody else's brain workings in our own brain. And from that model, from that sort of thinking about what they're thinking, we still think what we think, but we can think about what they're thinking, and we can try to understand and get some sense of where that thinking comes from. Now that connection enables you to understand the other person, enables you to have some empathetic sense of the other person. Now that doesn't mean you agree with them, that doesn't mean you change your point of view by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, sometimes it convinces you that you should keep your point of view because, you don't like where they've come from. But it's having that sense of the other person in your head and considering that, thinking about that in a thoughtful way, and say, okay, I understand him. Now, here is how I manage that other person in relation to me. Here's how I manage that person in relation to me. Here's how I manage that person in relation to me. And so does that mean we have to figure out how to deal with each person individually? Yeah, kinda. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we're going to try and allow ourselves to be a connected brain that doesn't fight but understands. And the way you do that is to spend a bit of time sensing and getting a mind sight of the other person.